been binge watching these videos probably for about 2 months now.
Okay.
And you mean our videos?
Yes, your videos. I'm sorry. And I like the way you guys present your points. I like the arguments that come forth. I probably am not like Jen or Tracy or Matt, being that I wasn't raised in a religious family. I wasn't raised in a religious background. I went to Catholic school when I was a kid, but my parents just threw us in there so we would behave better, I guess.
Something about a nun with a ruler, huh?
Right.
Yes, exactly. Sister Maria. They weren't religious people, but I think the people of that time, they just thought if you got your kids into parochial school, they would make them toe the line better. And as I talked about my revelations from watching the show and reading the website from the Atheist Experience, I do have some friends who are born-again Christians. Mm-hmm. And they're on my case all the time because I am a deist. I would not define myself as an atheist. I would not define myself as anything. I guess just definition-wise, I'm a deist.
So for our audience, why don't you unpack that just a little bit?
Yeah, tell us what that means to you.
Oh, sure. To me, it means I believe in just about everything science has shown us about the creation of our universe. I'm a avid reader of guys like Mikhail Kaku and the theoretical physicists who talk about our planet and our universe and the possibilities that exist within it. There's no way I could ever buy into any of the theology. And I've read the Bible many times. I've read the Quran several times. I have Jewish friends who are very devout. And, I just can't, there's no way I could accept that kind of stuff. But I also look at the natural order of the universe. I look at the natural order of the world. And I think that, yes, it could have come about upon the way it came about, but I think in the very, very beginning, there was something that drove it. And maybe this something, to me anyway, is a creator. Okay. And this creator basically just creates. Okay?
Okay.
And this creator...
I guess I'm curious about why you would, you said you're a fan of science and you read all these science books and you agree with all this stuff, but you still think that the universe needs a creator? I'm curious about...
Are you talking about a person-like thing that consciously made a decision and turned some crank to cause this to happen? Or are you talking about some mysterious cause that you don't know?
It's probably closer to the mysterious cause that I don't know. I'm imagining an intelligence that creates and created this universe and who knows how many other universes. Okay. And that's what this creator does. This creator creates and doesn't get involved in our lives, or doesn't get involved in creation. Once it's done, it does its thing. And the creation does its thing, and it moves on, and it evolves, and it moves to a certain point. But I also believe that a particle of that creator is in the highest life forms of that creation. And that's why we create.
Well, you're making a lot of claims here, and the time to believe something is when you have evidence for it, right?
No, I have no evidence for this. As Matt would say, I'm making a claim out of ignorance, okay? I'm just talking about the way I feel.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about the way I believe, and I know there's no way I could prove something like this. But,
well, it might be comforting to have a universe with a big P purpose, that there's some designer that sort of, set wheels in motion and there's a reason for things. I think that's a comforting idea, but I don't know that there's much evidence for that.
Yeah. I'm just curious about why do you believe this?
I just believe it because I just look at natural order.
Okay.
And I look at the way things came about, and I look at plants, and I look at trees, and I look at the way things are formed, and I get into the development of these life forms, and also outside of our planet, in our universe, and in our solar system, and I just see an order. I see this orderly.
And you don't think that order could come about through, like, the laws of physics?
Well, it could, but I believe that this order, this cosmic chaos that came into order that we have now, I just believe that it was done from some higher force, some higher intellect, and it's done, and we're here, and this is it, and we just move on, and our task as beings here is to try to make it better and try to advance it as best we can.
You're sneaking in all sorts of baggage here.
Yeah, I guess I'm still stuck on why.
You think this is baggage? Really?
Well, when you try to infer divine intentions and you have these kind of mysterious sort of hand wavy sorts of arguments, you're really sort of treading in religious territory, and God wants you to do X, Y, Z. Is a slippery slope. I think.
I don't think this God wants us to do anything. Once this God created, this God, doesn't want worship, doesn't want obedience, doesn't want praise, doesn't want prayer, doesn't want anything. This God just moves on to the next creation, and we're here.
Is there some way to detect the presence of this God?
No. The only way I can detect the presence is basically from my inner meditations, and I just, that's the only way, and it's very abstract. It's not concrete. It's not.
Let me ask you this:
We're not convinced.
what is the difference between your concept of a God that you get from just your inner meditation and the fundamentalist Christian who says, "Well, I know that God is real because I can feel it"?
Because the God that I'm describing has not been revealed. The God that I'm describing is not.
How does
anything
that in any way get us closer to demonstrating that your God is real and their God is not?
Oh, no, it doesn't get you any closer at all. I agree with you.
So you agree there's no difference in your claim that your inner meditation has given you insight into the presence of this creator versus the fundamentalist Christian who says, my God is real because I can feel it?
No, that I would argue with. I wouldn't say there's no difference. Because the fundamentalist Christian is saying that their God was revealed to them. Their God was spoken about the prophets, and they had this enlightening experience.
Some of them do, some of them don't.
Yeah, some of them don't believe that, but
they were healed from some sickness or something. I'm just looking at the universe began.
Yes.
And it began somewhere.
Yeah, so it's this kind of an argument from ignorance is that you're presenting here, by the way.
Well, absolutely. That's the first thing I said.
Okay.
There's no way I'm going to be able
So
to demonstrate it, to prove it.
Why are you calling an atheist show to basically reveal your ignorance?
Well,
Now that's me.
I know. The internet's
I
going
just
to
wanted,
slaughter
I
you.
just wanted to present the way, I think and the way my thoughts are. And one of the things that I was, been barraged by my theist friends, my believers, my Jewish and Christian friends, is they're very aware of your show, and some of them have even watched a couple of episodes.
Okay.
And they said, you're being led down the wrong path. I said, I'm not being led down any path. So one of the questions I would have is that people like Jen and like Matt, I know John is he's kind of more like me. He doesn't have a religious background, but some of you hosts do.
Yeah.
And they say, they could basically say whatever they want because they're already Christians and they're already sealed in the faith, and they could, and I'm saying that's ridiculous, guys. They had experiences themselves that led them to believe what they believe. But
I would say the vast
I don't
majority
know.
of people are the religion of their parents.
Yeah.
And they get brought into the religion at a young age, and they just don't ever question it.
Yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, if you raise a child and you keep them in a closet and you tell them red is blue, and you could do all kinds of damage, I guess.
Yep.
But I guess I called in just to basically describe where I am. I don't really think I'm far from you.
I think you're very far from us.
Well, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think deism is the source of very much harm in the world, but I don't think it's a justifiable belief.
Yeah.
But just be wary of other beliefs that are sort of tagging along with that, and give them some scrutiny along the way too.
Yeah, I guess, but I've been like this probably my whole life.
Okay.
It's just weird that it led me to here, but okay. Well, listen, you got a great show. I like to watch it. I like to listen to what you have to say, and thanks for having me on.
Thanks.
All right,
Take
keep
care,
watching.
man.
Thanks. All right. So yeah, the internet will probably chastise me for being mean, but anyway. So okay.